Recording in progress.
All right, so this video is being recorded. Welcome to the live training question and answer session workshop to working from home. And like what I've said earlier, I would encourage everyone to do our live and interactive training. This is not the ordinary workshop and webinar that you've been attending to. I would want you guys to learn by asking questions about our topic. So I would appreciate if you can open your cameras. This is just to make sure that I still talk to someone and I could proceed with our topic. All right. So this video is also being recorded for those who can't make it, though we have received more than 10 confirmation about this webinar. We'll be sending you a recorded copy of this. So again, I would appreciate if you can open your camera so we can be live and working interactively. So for those of you who just saw me for the very first time, my name is Kathy Cabradilla. I'm one of the coaches. I'm one of the trainers for Filipino Virtual Assistants. And I would love to train people. And I've been doing this for the past 4 years. So I have trained more than 1,000 plus students. And I always want to be interactive, meaning I want you to keep on asking questions. I want you guys to talk to me and open your camera so we can learn from one another. Okay. Now, in case you have some questions and some suggestions, you may want to just, again, open your camera, raise your hand, and ask your questions along the way. So there are 4 topics that I'll be discussing for today. So it's going to be how to start looking for online jobs as beginner. We also have resume and cover letter, interview tips, and how to earn minimum of $600 per month. So each topic will be divided, will be discussed 15 to 20 minutes, and I'll be allotting 5 minutes for questions. All right. So I want you guys, I won't be giving out any PowerPoint or any reading material, since this is just a 250 pesos training workshop. I want you to be attentive and I want it to be live and interactive. Okay, so let's get started with our first topic. So how to start looking for online jobs as a beginner. So I'm assuming that most of you, or since the topic is really about working from home, you guys are all newbies. Most of you are newbies. Most of you are transitioning or even trying to look for ways on how you can start working from home. Now, here are some ways and some things to do in order to start working as beginners. Okay, so number 1, this is very important. You need to audit your computer skills. All right, so even if you are a newbie, considering yourself as newbies and you're not techie, it's very important for you to audit your computer skills. Why is that? Because remember, working as a home-based remote workers, you must have computer skills. Because what you will be offering for future clients are all computer-based. So meaning, if in case you are really good in baking, you're really good in gardening, you're good in your experience are in factory before, that's okay. But since you are starting up as beginners, as newbies, you need to make sure that you audit your computer skills. So have a checklist and make sure that you at least perform any of the following list here. Okay, so when we say computer skills, try to think any computer skills that you have in mind. Okay, whether it's internet research, transcription, PowerPoint, QuickBooks, email, graphics design, any computer related skills that you can do, that you do best, that you can perform, is a possible or potential virtual assistant services. Okay, now this is the reason why I ask you to open your camera and I want you to be interactive. So as early as now, I would ask you, what type of computer skills you think you have? What kind of technical skills you can probably offer for your future clients once you started working? Any computer skills? I'm gonna call about a volunteer who wants to share. Yes, Mary Jean. What type of computer skills you have?
Yes. Hi, ma'am. Hi, coach. Microsoft Office and Google Suite.
Great. So administrative.
Yes.
Good job. What about Jessica?
The same with me, ma'am.
The
The
same thing.
Microsoft
Okay.
Office and the Google
It's a
Suite.
good start that you have a computer skill and you are really good at it. But basically, once you started working as a freelancer and home-based virtual assistants, this is the first thing you need to have. Now, if you have your paper and pen with you, I suggest write down what is it that you want to learn more. Okay, so this is the list of my skill. Write down your skills, your existing skills, your experience, and then on the other side, write down what is it that I want to improve on and what is it that I want to learn in the next 3 months. Okay, so write it down, please. The reason why I asked you to write it down so that you can have goals in the next 3 months. Okay, so after writing down your existing expertise, experience, and the things that you want to learn, start creating a goal setting for your own learning skills. Okay, so after knowing your computer skills, number 2, you need to create a social media makeover. Meaning, you can start getting clients by creating your own social media pages. All right. Now, this is what I always remind my students. I teach them to create their social media pages, not accounts, social media pages and business pages if they want to start working as virtual assistants. Okay, because this is one of the many ways on how will you be able to get clients. Okay, example, you're really good in being an administrative assistant. Let's say Mary Jean and Jessica. Both of you are newbies. Let's just simply say that both of you are newbies. However, Mary Jean decided to come up with her own website and her social media site, while Jessica stayed at home and have self-pitied, saying that, oh, I'm a newbie and I don't know anything about it. I won't do anything about it. Okay, just imagine the difference between you, Mary Jean, taking actions because you really want to learn about this. You created your own social media sites, you created your own website, and then eventually your services will be exposed to clients. So of course, the bigger chances of you getting hired by clients. While Jessica, I would always remind my student not to nourish your newbie feeling. Because even if you're a newbie, as long as you are willing to learn, as long as you're willing to improve, then you can do it. All right? Every expert always started with a newbie. So just don't limit yourself and make sure that you will help yourself to motivate and inspire yourself to do more. Okay? Don't nourish your baby feeling, but instead you need to overcome it. Because in reality, clients don't want to hire newbies. So you don't need to show that you're a newbie. Okay? So give your social media a total makeover and create your pages. Okay, so that's number 2. You may want to take it note. Number 3, learn online tools. Okay, so these online tools, this is one of the common things that most clients are checking out, even if these applicants are newbies, if they are somehow familiar with these tools, then it will be very impressive for the client, right? So I'll give you some list. Here are some of the list of tools that you may want to research further in the future. So WordPress is for creating blogs and website, QuickBooks for making invoices, Trello for making project management tasks, Gmail, I'm sure that you know how to use it, email management, Drive is for cloud, Dropbox and Zoom So meaning, even if you're a newbie, if you can explain or you can at least somehow show yourself to the client that you know how to use Zoom, you know how to at least know Canva for video editing, you know how to use Google Drive, then again, it's going to be a good point for you. All right. So somehow, even if you're a newbie, if you are giving value to your services, then of course, the higher chances of you getting hired by the client. Okay. So at least take a screenshot of this and try to research more about this later on. Next, sign up with relevant job board. So it is recommended for newbies like you initially to take an easy job as virtual assistant. But do you know that there are more than 15 freelancing platforms that you can use? And Upwork is the largest freelancing marketplace. But aside from Upwork, there are lots of other platforms that you can explore in the future. And honestly, I am currently partnered with a new platform that is Singapore based, and they are reaching out with trainers because they wanted to partner with me. They want to make sure that all my students and graduates will use their platform. And as soon as you start with their platform, they will match your skills with the client. So at least after your training, it would be 60 to 70% chances of you getting hired because your skills will be matched by their platform. Diba? So something that you can look forward in the future. Okay, so I haven't really announced this yet, and you're the first batch to know about it. It was just early this morning when we had that partnership. So good that you're here, and you're one of the few freelancers that I gave the good news to. So I'll be looking forward to this group to be part of the students, and then later on we'll go through the platform. So after your training, the higher chances of you getting hired by that certain platform. Okay. Next, get client on social media. So somehow this is the same with what I mentioned earlier. After you make your social media, making a makeover or dressing up your social media, it's time for you to expose your services with social media. This is where you can feature your expertise. If you can create a list of packages that you could probably sell to your future clients, that's impressive. And if you have previous work before that you want to showcase, you can also put that in your social media sites and of course a website. Okay. So here are some of the qualities that most business owners or clients are looking. So meaning, even if you are a newbie, if you have this set of skills, then clients more likely will still try to look for someone that they could work to because the skills are something that they can be learned. But being professional, being organized, being resourceful, being dependent, being confident, these are part of your character. So even if you're a newbie, if you know that you are worth this much and you have this package where you are organized, you are reliable, and you are somehow teachable, then I'm pretty sure that clients will be waiting for you. All right. So I would recommend that you guys not to consider yourself as newbie because with what your age, I know that you have your experience already. Most of you have been working in the corporate setting for like 3 years minimum, maximum of 10 years, right? Because this will actually confirm when was the last time you submit your resume. Probably 10 years, 15 years, or even 20 years. So that means that during those times that you are working for like 10 years, 15 years, or even 20 years, that means that something has been added to your skills. It's just that you are calling yourself as newbies because this is going to be the first time that you will work for an online client. Probably you work with corporate setting before. Probably you work with an office base And this is since the pandemic pushed you to look for an online opportunity, here you are trying to transition yourself, right? Am I right? Yes, thank you. So that is something that will give you hope as a newbie. So even if again, if you're a newbie, you don't need to tell the client, I am a newbie. No, no need. Because I'm pretty sure that the client won't hire you. So don't show them that you're a newbie, but instead lift up yourself, show yourself professionally, act act as if you know that you are really worth the amount that they will pay for you. Okay? So take note of these things that I mentioned together with your computer skills and this list here being professional, communicative, organized, resourceful, teachable, and 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 the rest, you can come up with a very good package of your virtual assistant services. Okay? All right, great. Now, um, our next topic is about resume creation. So before we go to our resume creation, I want to know first, what type of computer skills are you having? What do you call this? Not difficulties with, but what niche or how? Not niche. What industry did you work for before? Just before this, what kind of industry or what type of experience do you have? Jessica?
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, ma'am. I have worked as a teacher for 6 years, and the computer skills I have gained in my teaching career was how to use or the Microsoft Office, because those are the basic applications we use in school, as well as the Google applications, most especially now that we are now in the online distance
Yep.
learning. Yes, and then just a year ago, I have undergone training I have undergone Google training. So I think I'm not that expert, but I'm good with those tools, with those applications. However, there
Yes.
are still some applications which I think I am not familiar with. I have heard some of them like the Trello, Monday.com. I don't know, the Slack,
Yes.
all of those. I have heard and read about them, but I don't know. I do not know how to use them because
Okay.
those tools are different from the tools which I
Of
have been
course.
using.
But you know what? Don't be too overwhelmed with a lot of tools because not everything will be used. So don't stress out yourself learning all of these tools because it will only give you stress. So just focus on what are the things that you're good at. And according to what I heard from you, you also have a very good communication skill, which is a very advanced compared to other people who's starting to look for online jobs. So with your communication skills and then your teaching skills, you can actually start working as probably ESL or anything that is related with communication and teaching. So
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you,
Thank you,
Jessica. Good
ma'am.
to know. What about Mary Jean?
I'm not. I'm my coach. I'm not just
Sorry,
uh,
can you
ah,
make it louder?
okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now, coach?
Uh, it
Can
seems
you hear
like
me
it's
now,
so.
coach? Can you hear me?
What was
Hello.
that?
Can you hear me now, coach?
It's not that clear.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, then that's better.
I'm not proficient in communication skill, but from manufacturing company, electronics
Okay.
company. So I cannot those maybe non-boys. I'm shy type.
Okay, that's fine. At least you know what needs to be improved and what are the things that you can, learn in the future. Thank you, Mary Jean. So probably you can start with general virtual assistants, administrative, email marketing, or administrative, and all that.
My problem coach is in interview because they need
We'll
to
discuss that
be
later.
yes
You're kind of
proficient in
advanced.
English.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, Lorraine, what about you?
Hello, Coach. Yeah, I'm Lorraine. So I work at Shell company. So basically, I have a lot of experiences in accounting because I'm
Okay.
working as accounts payable analyst in Shell. So I think my problem is yeah more on communication. I cannot have my own idea on how to um the information that should be
Okay, I got you. I know how you feel. All
yeah.
right. Well, you know what? I totally understand where you guys are coming from, but you have a very good exposure with your accounting experience, no? So what you can do is just come up with how will you be able to market that accounting services. Okay, so the way you communicate is also very good. It's just that you need to have a script siguro. We'll discuss that later, especially for job interviews. But at least you guys know where you stand and what are the computer skills that you can start exploring or at least start selling as your assistant services. Okay, so very good. What about the others like Abigail, Charisse, Madel, and Galaxy 7, J7? Can you guys open your cameras? We still have like 5 minutes about this topic and we can proceed with the next. I'm still on commute right now. I might not able to talk. I have BPO experience as customer service. I was just out from my job. I apologize. Okay. Thank you, Madel, for sharing. Your experience in the BPO industry, Madel, is a very good way to transition. Personally, I've worked in the BPO for like 8 to 10 years, and it gave me a lot of computer skills that I'm using right now. So you can initially brand your services as customer service expert if you've been doing that for the last few years, but you start from there. Okay, thank you. What about you, Abigail?
Hi, Coach. Good afternoon. Currently, I am in the BPO industry as well. So, yeah.
Great. That's great. Most BPO people don't need to have any troubles with communication skills anymore and computer skills. You just need to at least know what kind of expertise you have so you can really focus on marketing that specific service. So good, Abigail. Galaxy 7, sorry, what's your name?
Hi ma'am, sorry po na-late ako. Mary Rose Bailon po.
Mary Rose. So what's your experience, Mary Rose?
BPO din po.
Oh, good, good. All right. So at least you'll have idea, guys. When you say BPO, what type? Is it under lead generation? Are you into customer service? Are you technical support? Are you in workforce? What is it in specific? Okay, but
Um,
at least you don't have difficulties with your computer skills and your communications anymore. Okay, so it's a good way to establish and to transition because you have a very good experience. Okay, so at least most of you, you know where you stand and you know how to start. Okay, you have that computer skills. I suggest you write it down because whatever skills you have for this topic number one, we'll discuss it up until the end. Okay, and our next topic will mainly focus on our next set, which is resume creation. And here, there you go. So now that you know your list of services, I would recommend you to start presenting your services and start presenting yourself as if you're not a newbie. Okay? I know that most of you know how to create your resume the old way, meaning you still use Microsoft Word and then you print it out and then you have that 2x2 picture and then you staple it, just like what we did 15, 20 years ago, right? But now we need to literally upgrade ourselves and the way we present our services. So today, I will introduce you to Canva. So I know that some of you may not be familiar with it, but this is a very easy tool that you can use. So how to create your resume and application letter using Canva. So this is a free website that you may want to explore, it's canva.com. Okay, so the things that you need to create your resume, of course, is you need to make sure that you have the basic personal information such as your name, address, everything about yourself. Mobile number, email, photo. And when we say photo, make sure that it's also updated. Don't upload your pictures 10 years ago, 5 years ago, when you still have that short hair, when you still have that, slimmer or chubbier chick. It needs to be updated. Okay? Why? Because since you are starting to establish your brand, and you may want to give a very good impression to the one who will be hiring you. So they might say, "Oh, is this you? It looks like it's not the same with the picture, right?" So try to impress them and tell, "Oh, okay, I can see that it's the same face that I'm interviewing and the one who submitted." So get ready with the following and go to canva.com and get ready with your background, educational background, skills, and other background. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you need to consider only your computer skills. Why? Because your non-computer skills will not be relevant to the next to your hiring managers. Meaning, if you work in a restaurant before, if you work in tourism industry or in casino, which are all non-computer skills, they won't need it. Even your background or your experience in retail or in manufacturing or in production, anything that is offline, they won't care. So if you brand yourself as teacher, general virtual assistants or executive assistant, or you're good in customer service, technical support, you stick to that branding. Okay, and what you need to do is put all your experience, the brief description of what you do, because that's what they will look at. They will look into the detail of what you do as your experience. Okay, so for example, for Mary Jean, even if you work in the manufacturing industry for like 15 years, you don't need to include that because it's not going to be relevant to the online jobs. Okay, next, same thing with the application letter. So what you need to do is create a theme that will be used for your own branding. Meaning, once you go to canva.com here and try to create, just log in with your username and password, or create an account, or just try to do it. But once you click resume here, it will give you thousands of templates. So try to choose which one works for you. Okay, according to your design, according to your style, according to your personality. So present your best self according to how you want to be presented. If you think your favorite color is purple, or if you think your favorite color is green, then do it. If you think you love flowers, or if you think you love technology that much, then try to look for the right template, because that is who you are, and that is how you will present yourself. Okay, now anyone familiar with Canva already? Can I see a show of hand? Okay, very good. So we have Mary Jean and Jessica. What about even for Mary Rose? So Lorraine, Abigail, and Madel, Charisse, are you guys familiar with this? Great. So good.
Yes.
So, very good. So at least somehow you know what to do and how will you do it. Okay. So I won't really need to further discuss about this, since this is self-explanatory. I know that you guys can do this. All right. So I won't really need to discuss most of this.
I just have a question, Coach.
Yes, go ahead.
With regards to the computer skill, is it including the system, like for example, that you know how to use the SAP, or more
That's going to be
on?
an advanced level already. That's kind
Oh,
of an expertise level na. So not it's a good way to market yourself. If you have a certain software or a certain expertise that you're really good at, you can focus your branding on that certain software. Like you can say expert in SAP or SAP expert, something like that. So
okay.
you can use it as your technical and advanced skill.
Thank you, coach.
Okay. So here's what you can also include with your application letter. So make sure that the job post will be relevant to your branding and the application letter will be somehow connected to your resume. Okay. So this is just a simple walkthrough. Canva, choose the right resume and fill up the necessary information. Okay. And then it looks like this. Choose the design for the cover letter. I suggest you make it theme so that it has the same color and the same font. Okay, and then from there, download as PDF and make sure that you save the PDF file using your name. Don't just put number 1, number 2, just so the client or the hiring manager can easily spot your name during the hiring process. Okay. All right. Now, any questions? Questions specifically for resumes? So now, here are some of the things that you might encounter in the future. If there are some hiring opportunities who specialize in the post or in a specific job title or job description, every, what do you call this? Every cover letter and every resume should be personalized with the hiring manager. You cannot create a generic resume. So if someone hires a customer service for specific post, make sure that you match your job description and the list of experience you have. And then adjust if there are some things that you're not familiar with, take note of it and start researching. So that's going to be part of the interviews preparation already. But once you started presenting yourself with your resume and your cover letter, make sure that it always match the job description posted on the platform or in the job posting that you read. Okay, so remove all irrelevant job experience or anything that's not really connected with your branding. Okay, because the client won't even look at it. Okay, now let's go and proceed. I know this is some of most people are really having difficulties with, which is interview tips and how to get paid. So once you receive your congratulations through email or through any kind of what do you call this, a message that you receive, the next thing that you need to do, of course, is to prepare for the interview. So aside from getting clients from direct, which are part of your social media management and marketing and your website, you can also expose your services to different platforms. So just like what I've mentioned earlier, you need to create your username, your password to different platforms, just so you can also expose your services. So other platforms may act like an agency, just like what I've said, like Upwork, online jobs, but others are just like headhunters, where they can just simply publish your profile, and then if a client saw your potential, they could reach out to you. But others, just like what I have partnered with, they will do the matching, which will make your life easier. Okay, so once you have all of that, and then you have received the word congrats and you're ready, is not ready, here are some of the preparation that you need to do before the interview. Just like what I've said earlier, you need to take time to analyze the job posting. So meaning, from the job posting, you need to review your own list of tasks that you can do. list down your skills, knowledge, and experience, and then match if what are the things that I can perform with this job posting and what are the things that I cannot perform. In that way, you know how to adjust. Okay? And then if there are lists, if there are some things that you cannot perform or there are some things that you need to improve on, you still have time to learn about it. Okay? Number one, aside from checking the job description, by the way, that's number one. Number two, research on the clients or the company itself. It's important for you to have knowledge on the company or the client that you are working with. So if these clients are actively hiring, you need to check their website and social media pages because you will be able to find out if the company will be a good fit for you, or this is also one way for you to check their legitimacy. Okay, Lorraine, are you raising your hand? Or you want to say something?
No po.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so going back, just first is check the job description. Second is research for the company and the client. Number three, practice interview questions. So I would suggest you prepare your responses to common interview questions, especially if you think you have a stuttering voice and you always feel nervous when you talk to when you talk in English and when you talk to hiring managers. As we know, practice makes, if it's not make perfect, if it will help you to make progress. So practice your speaking voice and body language. So I suggest formulate few questions you want to ask. And this is something that I want you to create one question, formulate one question, activity. I'll give you 5 minutes to think about it. And then try to formulate one question. Okay? So just imagine you are the one interviewing. And how do you want to hear their responses? Okay? So I'll give you 5 minutes later in 5:45, but I want you to get ready for that activity and prepare for the, okay. Why is it important? Because the next topic is about the day of interview. So before we go to the day of interview, let's prepare ourselves first. Okay, now I'll give you a timer and give you 5 minutes to think about that one question. Okay, this is a very short activity, but I know that it's going to be helpful. All right, so your timer starts now. So start, everyone must provide one question related to interviews. I think you need to prepare at least 2 or 3 because it should not be the same question as what the others will give. Sino yung una magbibigay, sa kanya yon. Pero if in case na magdoble, you need to think of another question. Okay, so 5 minutes starts now. Okay. All right, so
if you're like me and you really want to be efficient when it comes to writing and editing your papers, I definitely recommend really want to be efficient when it comes to writing and editing your papers, I definitely recommend that you download Grammarly, your own digital writing assistant. Upgrading to Grammarly Premium has been a game changer. The first thing I do in my editing process is tap on the little Grammarly icon at the bottom of my Google Doc.
Last 10 seconds. Okay. So now let's just pretend that we are still under before the interview. Okay. So now I want you guys to pretend as if you are the one interviewing and I am the applicant. Okay. And then later we'll try to do it the other way around, just for you to see how I answer your questions. Okay. Is that okay? Or you want the other way around? I'll be the interviewer. You're the one applying. Okay. Sige. Let's try to do it. So who want to go first with the first question? Who want to go first? First question. Sige, Mary Jean.
The first question is, how do you describe yourself?
Good afternoon, hiring manager, Mary Jean. Thank you for your question. I am describing myself as efficient and effective Facebook ad marketing specialist. And why did I say that? Because I've been doing this for the past 5 years and I've spent more than 800,000 pesos just for me to try and test campaigns, which turned out to be the lowest cost that I received. And aside from that, I've worked with different clients before, making sure that I help them with their advertising and their marketing needs using Facebook as their platform. So I'm excited to work with you, and you may want to check my website to know more about my services, and we can work together on whatever package you want to start with. Check my website at www.kati.lim-cabradilla.com. Thank you, Mary Jean. All right, next. What about the, okay, Galaxy Pro. Open your camera, please.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Why do you choose why do you choose FBA?
Okay, let me just clarify. Your example, you're the FBA company, right? Like you are the hiring manager. So I am applying for the position of, let's say, Facebook ad marketing for your company. And you're asking me, why did I choose your company? Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, got it. Hello, Mary Rose. You know, I'm so excited to work with FBA because I have heard a lot of good things about your company. I heard that you have trained more than 30,000 plus students. And I can see that you're in the right industry with the global pandemic that we have right now. And my expertise as Facebook ad specialist, I know that we can reach more people. We can reach more aspiring freelancers so we can help them with your training, with your coaching, and then eventually with your hiring opportunities. So I would love to work with you together with your mission, with your vision. And if you love to help more people to reach more freelancers, let's go and do it. I hope you consider my application. You may want to check my website for more details. I'm excited to work with you. Thank you, Miss Mary Rose. So see the importance of knowing the company. So you can highlight and give them a glimpse na you have research about them. So it's going to be a good point. Okay. Who else who would like to ask another question? Yes. Okay, hold on. Yes, Madel. Madel, are you there? Okay.
Hi. Hi, good afternoon. Why do you want to leave your current job?
Thank you, Madel, for your question. Actually, I felt a little bit stuck with what I have right now, with what I'm doing. And I can see that by entering into the new world of freelancing, I can see bigger opportunities. So as much as I want to stop myself from learning and growing as a person, it seems like the world needs my help and the company needs my help. So I would be more than happy to work with you with what I gained from my previous experience, and the contribution that I had with my companies will eventually help the business grow. And that's something that excites me, and wanting to share this with everyone else. I just don't want the idea of me feeling stuck with what I have with the company right now because of what they can offer me. I want to be more, and I know that I can be more. Please check my website to know more about my services, and I'm excited to work with you. Thank you,
Thank
Madel.
you.
Okay, last question. Last question. Yes, Jessica.
Yes, ma'am. Based on the job description, how does your previous experience relate to this job?
The job description you posted actually perfectly fit with what I have created in the past. You have been working, I have been working as Facebook ad strategist for the past 5 years. I've worked with real estate, with automotive, with insurance, with training, and a lot of other companies, and I help their businesses grow. And according to your job description, I can see that you are interested in working with people who are into targeting, and those people who would love to convert from inquiries, making sure that it's going to be purchases and making the business profitable. And that is my expertise. I've worked with a lot of business owners before and make sure that they are getting some profit on their ad spend. And that is something that I can contribute to your company. You may want to check my ads manager screenshot that's updated and uploaded on my website to see how I was able to work with different clients before. And I'm pretty sure that I was able to do that in their company. I can also do it for you. I hope you consider my application. I'm looking forward to work with you. Thank you, Jessica. All right. So if you try to look at all the questions that you asked me, it all boils down to before interview preparation. Asking about the company, asking about the job description, asking about your skills, right? So I would always want you guys to be confident. Bottom line is you be confident to yourself because you know your capabilities and you know you trust yourself. That's the most important thing. Because if you don't trust yourself, then how will you sell your services? Right? You trust yourself, you trust your capabilities, and you know your weaknesses. It's very important to know your weaknesses. Why? Because if the hiring manager asks you something about your weaknesses and you prepared for that, then you won't really stutter. You won't feel nervous because you prepared for it. So I suggest prepare the unexpected questions. Okay, so I love the question that I heard earlier from Madel. What made you decide to, what was that? You leave, parang ganon. Why did you leave, or why do you plan to leave? Okay, so most people feel that it's a negative side. Why will you leave the company and all that? But try to, again, prepare yourself with these unexpected questions so that if the hiring manager will ask you something about it, you can always turn it into something positive. So basically, aside from the confidence level, it's always the communication skill that matters with the job interview. Okay? Aside from the English communications, you know how to turn your words, your negative words, into something that will come out positively. Okay? But don't worry, because this is not an overnight thing that you can learn. So if you think you're not yet ready for this, it's okay. As long as you have given yourself the chance to learn, then I think that's gonna be okay. Kasi if you'll be thinking about it, it's gonna be so overwhelming. Ang dami ko palang dapat aralin, ang dami ko palang dapat matutunan. Ayoko na, ang hirap pala nito. 'Di ba? Most people quit because they think that they can't do it. Ang hirap naman pala mag virtual assistants, ayoko na nga. 'Di ba? It's easier to quit than to learn. But you know what? In my own experience, working from home, even if it's not pandemic, is the most rewarding and most fulfilling job for me. I'm able to work from the comfort of my house, no need to go to the office. So even before the pandemic, this is my normal scenario. I really been working from home, and I work everywhere. Literally, whenever my feet takes me, I go to the province, I go to Mindanao, I go anywhere, as long as I have my computer. So being in the freelancing world, working remotely changed my personal life, my family life, my married life, the way I treat my kids. Because right now I have more time with them, and I'm able to be a hands-on mom talaga. And that's something that cannot be replaced by any amount of money. So even if I need to learn a lot of things when I started, everything is worth the time. Kasi like what I've said earlier, I've already spent like 800,000 pesos worth of ads. And that's something that I invested in learning. So, sulit ba yung 800,000 na nagastos ko? Yes, because until now, that's the niche that I am using. I'm into marketing. I'm into Facebook ad. That's why I also created a course related to Facebook ad marketing, because that's my expertise. I'm into marketing. All right. So I hope you guys get a glimpse of what I want you to understand once you started selling your services. Okay. So that's gonna be before the interview. We're not yet done. Okay. I just give you a glimpse of the preparation. Now, since I was able to, I'm actually doing this for quite a long time already. That's why I have those preparation ready for you. After practicing your interview, next is the day of interview. Of course, from the day of interview, we need to do a lot of testing. Now that we're all online, we need to make sure that we are credible, we are reliable in terms of our internet connection, our videos, our audio, because again, we're trying to make a very good impression for our hiring managers. Just think it this way. You will only be given the chance to speak, like a chance to be hired. How will you do it? Of course, it's gonna be something na you need to prepare. Something na mai-impress sa'yo si hiring manager, right? So you really need to make sure the internet connection are working, your headset are working, your cameras are not, can be easily visible and all that. So make sure that the technicalities are checked ahead of time. Okay. I remember when I was starting, I need to ask my kids, I have interview scheduled this time, all gadgets off. Ako lang magi-internet, just to make sure that I won't break out. And then everyone stay inside the room, quiet. Because I need to present myself well. I need to make sure that once I face the hiring manager, I should get a yes. That was my goal before. I want to impress them. I want to make sure na I don't accept no for an answer. Okay? So audios are good, videos are good, they're all working properly. Now, make sure that you're in a quiet and well-lighted room. So even before, like what I've said, even if we're not into Zooming pa, we know how to do framing. Well-lighted so that they can see you, okay? And then make sure that your background, you're not in the kitchen wherein someone else will pass over and then your kids are there and then your dogs are coming and then your cats are here. So make sure it's quiet and all private just for that 10 minutes or 15 minutes of interview. So clear your workspace from any clutter that will distract during the interview. Remember, the possibilities of receiving unexpected questions is 100% or more. So remove anything that will cause additional distraction. Kasi it's gonna be a burden if you're distracted outside and then you're given or you're being thrown an unexpected question. So kinakabahan ka na, magulo pa yung harap mo, mas talo kang hindi makakasagot. Agree? So expect the unexpected and make sure that you remove all possible distractions. Okay? Next, it's always important for us to dress professionally. So when we say professionally, we all learn about the pajama thing, and then this one is just, coat and tie, and then, but you know what I have learned from Francis Kong? You know Francis Kong, business, he's an author, a motivational speaker, and a business guru. He mentioned that even if we are working from home, if we would love to attract a good energy, and at the same time, we are not just fooling ourselves, and we are bound to, deliver a meeting, presentation, or interview, it's always okay to wear your pajamas, or just put a jacket there so that it will look professional. But in the psychological way, mentally, you can also dress up for that occasion. Like if you can do a major dress over up until the shoes, even if the hiring manager won't see it, it will help you prepare your brain cells and your mental status. Like the brains will dictate the entire thing that, okay, this is gonna be an interview mode, so I really need to prepare. Okay, so whichever works for you, if you think that whole thing, including the shoes, will work for you, just like what Francis Kong is doing, go for it. As long as you can handle yourself and as long as it will give you a positive vibe and positive attitude towards the interview, go ahead. Okay, so remember, it's like you will only be given the chance to work, or you will only be given the chance to be interviewed by, let's say, by Elon Musk. So how will you present yourself? You think about it that way so that you can always present yourself well. And just imagine that you are about to get let's just say 100,000 US dollars for that certain interview. How will you present yourself? Will you present yourself as so you need to literally prepare everything on the day of interview, before the interview. So dress professionally. Next, smile and make eye contact. Yep, this is somehow a very difficult challenge for everyone because not everyone are into cameras. Others are camera shy. Others are just looking at their screen. But you know what? Once you started talking to the hiring manager, you need to literally look at the camera so that the hiring manager can see that you are talking to him or to her. It also shows credibility. So make sure that you practice looking at the camera rather than looking at the screen. So this way, and then framing. Okay, so also if the hiring manager is discussing just look at the camera and nod and smile to show that you are attentive to whatever it is that they're talking about. Okay? Now, before we go to the after interview, I would also love to create a small activity. Okay. This activity is not for you to be, what do you call this? To feel ashamed of, to embarrass you, but this is just one way for you to practice. Don't worry, this is a safe space for us. It's okay to commit mistakes. It's okay to practice. I just want also to see how you guys are open for suggestions and evaluation. Okay, now I won't ask for any, I don't need to pinpoint, but I want to see the volunteerism. Just so I can ask some questions. Probably I'll ask for 2 participants who would like to practice, and later on I'll give you feedback and evaluation. Okay, as like I mentioned earlier, it's okay. This is a safe space. I don't need to. I won't upload it to our YouTube, and I won't upload it to Facebook. Don't worry, your face will not be broadcasted. Okay, so who wants to go for volunteer? I'll be asking for 2 questions. So just imagine that I will be the hiring manager. You know what? The good thing about this practice is that you will know what needs to be improved on. And you will start learning and adapting to that certain weakness, I may say. So who wanna go first? Mary Rose, are you raising your hand? Or you haven't removed the raise hand button yet? No volunteers ba? Sige. Volunteers in 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, Lorraine. Go, Lorraine. Okay. Okay.
Let's go, coach.
Lorraine, I've received your resume and your application letter, and you're a good fit. You're a good candidate for the position. I just would love to know, how will you be different from the other applicants with your experience? How will you help the company?
Okay. Thank you, coach, for that. So I've worked as auditor in accounting audit firm before for 7 months, and then after that I work as accounting specialist in Shell. So being in a shared service industry, it I understand that there's a lot of people who fit in this job, but my understanding or my capability for being um, um, different skills like the initiative or having the
Go.
coach, I cannot honestly I cannot articulate that message that much on my head.
Okay.
I'm quite nervous.
Okay, but you know, it's a good start because you were able to come up with an organization of your thoughts. So you were able to relate your experience. I just would want to challenge you to, in the future, you may want to just break down the exact result that you do for the auditor and the one that you work with, the Shell, so that the company can visualize on how will you help them. You may want to say, I help them by like this and like that, and I'm pretty sure that you can also do it on your side. So something like that. So it's all result oriented.
Okay. So how may I just ask question, coach? How many minutes? Like, is it takes 2 minutes to explain myself for that?
Actually, maximum of 3 minutes. But you know, I forgot to mention earlier that normally hiring managers right now are asking for 1 minute video na. So I'll discuss that 1 minute video. That 1 minute video includes your services. It has introduction, body, and closing. So sa initial screening pa lang, ano ka na, advanced ka na. Kasi they can see immediately your communication skills and how you're able to sell yourself during the initial screening. So most probably, if ganon, mas malaki yung chance mo na ma-final interview ka kaagad kasi nakita na nila on how you sell your services.
Okay. Thank you, Coach.
Okay, but normally kapag ganong question and answer, mas maganda kung brief na tipong baka kasi yung iba umaabot ng 5 to 7 minutes, inaantok na yung sumasagot. So always just focus on the question, answer it directly with explanation. So at least max of 3 minutes.
Thank you.
So congratulations, Lorraine. You're hired.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, one more. Any more? Last na. So sino? Si Madel. Okay, go Madel. Okay. Madel, I can see that you are based in the Philippines. And as we know, in the Philippines, almost once a month or twice a month, you have typhoon and power interruption. So how will you handle in case we need to wrap up with our work and we have deadlines we need to finish within the month? How can you guarantee that these interruptions won't make any difference with the work quality that you will provide me?
Thank you for that, Coach. So I know that we here in the Philippines we usually have like typhoons all over, like for mostly all throughout the year. So what I do is since I am in the freelancing world, I would actually invest into a reliable power supply which I could use in time with during typhoons, and especially if there are also like power interruptions in the area or in cases like that.
That's great to know. One more step and you're hired. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very good. So I can see the confidence level and I can see how you are able to come up with a very bright idea immediately. All right. So probably in the future, you may just want to make sure that you go back to your reason. I mean, you were able to give them the what do you call this? The answer immediately. I'll be asking or I'll be getting a reliable what do you call this? Power something
Powers.
generator. Okay.
Mm-mm.
But then you may want to go back to their reason so that I can make sure that I can
yes.
give you the quality that is being expected from me or more. Parang ganon.
Yes. Thank you, Coach.
Very good. So let's all give them a big hand. Okay, so I guess you're great. It's a great way to start. So you're ahead. So now after the interview, what you need to do, of course, is to send a thank you letter, just for them to, be thankful for the opportunity that was given to you. And then, in case you won't receive any feedback, then alam na, baka nakahanap na sila ng iba. Okay, but give them at least 2 to 3 days before you send the follow-up. Especially if this is for an immediate post, normally they will give you feedback immediately. Okay, but in case na you won't hear anything from them, well, that siguro what you see is what you get. Baka hindi ka na qualify. Okay, so what you need to do is just learn those interview questions that you got from that, what do you call this, from that meeting, and then use it for your future reference. Okay, move forward. Don't feel depressed, don't feel frustrated, because that's part of learning. Rejection has always been part of everyone's success. So you don't need to feel too bad about it, and don't be too harsh to yourself. It's okay not to be okay. And then you just help yourself move forward. Okay? Now, any questions before we go for our last topic? Did you guys enjoy our short activities?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Okay. Questions? Any questions? Yes, Jessica.
Hello, ma'am. I have experience being interviewed for a lot of times already, but I did not get any follow-up uh, email or anything about the result of the interview. And maybe because I failed at some point. Like, may I ask this question, ma'am? Is it your weaknesses? Let's say, example, in the job description, it says that you have to use Slack for communication, something like that, ma'am. Is it okay to tell them honestly that you do not know? And how will you say that?
Well, you know what? If in the job description they mention about Slack, you could research about it immediately after you read it. So you can prepare ahead of time. You know, YouTube has a lot of videos about Slack, about Trello. You can learn ahead of time. And then once they ask you, you can answer them. I don't have experience working using Slack, but I found out that this tool is all about like this, and it will make your life easier, and it will do like this and like that. So you don't have experience, but you're telling them that you know and you've researched about it already. And that's the importance of reading the job description ahead of time, so that you can research more about that specific tool if in case they will require one. Kasi if it's Slack or Trello, that means that you will be working with a team. It's a project management tool that is designed for assigning people, making sure that every task will be assigned and will be finished according to their deadline. So everything can be learned through YouTube and Google nowadays. You just need to make sure that you are prepared with the interview. You can be honest, but you can also read through it beforehand. Okay. Any more questions? Did that answer your question? Yes, Mary Rose.
Ma'am, question ko lang po, saan po pwede mag-apply ng ano? Saan po pwede magpasa ng resume pag mag-apply ka sa VA?
There are lots of platforms that you can use. We call it freelancing platform. So we have online jobs, we have Upwork, we have Fiverr, and the one that I'm working with is a Singaporean company, just like what I mentioned earlier. Just so once you started finishing the training, you will be matched with clients' job in the future. So that's something that I will be opening to my students very soon. I hope that it's going to be open this month.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So no other questions for interviews and interview tips? No more?
Question
Let's
po.
go. Yes, go, Lorraine.
Sorry po. So basically, sino po yung mga employers? Usually po ba is from other countries or here in the Philippines din po?
Well, actually it depends kasi right now, because of the pandemic, there are local clients hiring na. But of course, we want you not just to earn peso, we want you to earn dollars. That's why we make sure na you speak, not even if it's not fluently, but at least you have that communication skill, so that you're not just earning peso, you're earning dollars. But if you can work for local clients, it's also okay. And yun nga, ang amin lang is, since it's working remotely, you're not required to report in any office, then if you can work global, why stay local, right? Especially if you have the skills naman.
So,
Kasi same effort eh.
yes po. So, coach, usually they have the link for international clients. They have this specific.
Normally, if it is through platform, it's gonna be worldwide talaga. Like for example, you have an Upwork online jobs profile, and then your profile is exposed. They can hire you from that platform.
Okay, coach.
Now, right now, kasi we're actually hiring din eh. Later, I'll discuss about training to hiring program because I co-founded Pinoy VA Finder, and we're currently starting up an agency, and hopefully we'll be operating in the next 3 weeks. And we are in need of 20 people to start with us immediately. That's why I really want to make sure that you guys are equipped, because there are lots of opportunities waiting for you. There are lots of clients waiting for you. So you just need to make sure that you guys are ready. Whether it's local or foreign clients, there are opportunities waiting.
Thanks, coach.
Okay, so let's proceed with the last one. Now, how to earn minimum of 30,000 as a newbie? This is very subjective, because as a freelancer, you always have options to choose between time and money. Now, I always remind my student, what's the reason for you to become freelancer? Is it because you want more time with your kids, or is it because you want more income? Okay. The thing with being a freelancer, being a remote worker, is that you are not limited with one client. Meaning, as long as you know how to practice time management, you can get more than one client. Okay. Now, for example, you're currently working for a client, like you're good in accounting. Let's say Lorraine is really good in bookkeeping, in accounting services, and you started charging your clients $5 per hour. And you're working for a certain client, like let's say 20 hours per week. So most likely that's gonna be, I don't know how to add, but most probably 10 to 15,000 a month. But then you are not limited and you're not tied up. So meaning you can still get 2 clients, 3 clients, 4 clients. That's the beauty of working as a freelancer, because you're not just working flexibly, but you are working unlimited hours and unlimited clients. Okay. Now, here are some of the tips that I could give you. Double your rate, double your freelance income. As I mentioned earlier, there's nothing wrong with adjusting your fee structure, especially if you know your worth. So meaning, if let's continue using Lorraine's expertise. So as a startup, you can go for $5. And then after 6 months, probably you learn about some tools and you work with the Switzerland or Australian client with specific tools or software. Okay, you may start doubling your rate. So instead of $5, you can start charging $10, as long as you can, present that you know how to use this software, you know how to use this tool, then you can double your rate and income. Okay. Next, you can also ask for better paying clients for more work. Now, depending on the number of hours that you will be working with, if the client saw that you are really a big help to their company, or you can really help them grow the business, then you can ask for a higher rate or an additional number of hours. Some clients, they just really want to make sure that the money that they're paying for are worth the amount. So there are clients who are so afraid of giving virtual assistants or freelancers over amount than what they work for. So as soon as you have that productivity report, as soon as you can show them results, then that's probably the time that you could ask for a better rate, better paying client, and better additional number of hours. Now, start saying no, meaning start dealing with low baller clients, especially if they know that you're newbies. Nako, I suggest don't mention that you're newbie, because there are scammers, there are even clients who are bargaining the services as low as $1 to $2 per hour. And there are freelancers who are so desperate that they say yes, even if they're underpaid. And this is something that I don't really recommend. So for most of my students, I always remind you to know your worth, to know your value, so that you won't feel stressed. Okay? As long as you know your worth, as long as you know that you can be paid this much, then you don't need to bargain your services. Okay, that's why it's very important for you to continuously upgrade your services. You continuously add more skills and polish your character and your values as a person, because that will actually dictate the amount that you can earn in the future. Okay. Now, if there are times that you may feel that you have lots of work already, you can start subcontracting your work. Like if you know someone, you have a friend or you have cousin or relatives that needs also your help, you can do a subcon and you do the client facing, and then get an additional VA as your support, and you work together. Okay. Diversify your skill set. Yep, you can actually train friends, cousins, and your colleagues. So you can always diversify your skill setting. Now, I suggest don't limit yourself just to your services, but look at this as your long-term goal, especially if you have plans of working long-term. Even if we all get back to our normal lives, would you still want to work from home? If yes, then look at this as this is something to do with being a work from home wannabe, from work from home wannabe to an agency owner in the future. Is that even possible? It is possible, as long as you don't limit yourself and you have that goal that you need to achieve this by this month, by this year, then I'm pretty sure you can do it too. Okay, being a virtual assistant, being a freelancer, it doesn't really require a specific degree or even a certificate or any what they call this, a diploma. There's none. You just need to make sure that you know things and you present yourself well, and then from there you can continuously improve, and who knows, you might be opening your agency in the next 6 months. Okay, next question and answer. So any questions will be entertained. Any questions that you have in mind right now?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello, coach. Yes, ma'am. Currently, I am using Upwork in searching for online jobs, and most of, not actually most, all the jobs there are asking for proposals or the cover letter. Now, ma'am, there are also some job postings there, coach, which will not require interview, but they will hire you based from your proposals. Now, my question, ma'am, is can you share us some tips on how to formulate proposals? Like, is there a template or is there a pattern we have to use in order for us to attract our clients from our proposals?
Okay. Well, just like the preparation that I gave you earlier, the before interview, you need to read the job description. Okay. And writing a proposal is somehow the same with writing an application letter or cover letter. So you need to show them what they want to read. So if they are hiring for this job description, write a proposal with that job description and then match it with your own skills. Now, if there are some tasks that you cannot do, make sure that you take note of that. And then disregard it, or not really disregard, but try to remove it from the proposal and understand and analyze it first. Okay, just highlight the one that is matched with your job description and with your skill setting. And then that's something that you can come up with the proposal. So make them read what they want to read. They will be expecting a proposal from you. So meaning they are expecting that you know what you're talking about, because the job description is already posted, right? Now they will be more impressed if you can come up with a 1-minute video introduction and a website and social media site. I'll show you some of my students' work later on. Okay, so these students are
Coach,
mainly
is it necessary?
newbies as well. Sorry, what was that?
Coach, is it necessary to formulate a very long proposal or just the short one? If you
No.
are the interviewer or the client. Yes, ma'am.
No. It's not recommended to come up with a very long proposal. It's best if you can impress them during the interview and the 1-minute video, rather than writing a very long proposal. That can be edited anyway, but if they hear the way you speak and they hear the way you answer, that's gonna be a more good points than the proposal. Okay.
Thank you,
Now,
coach.
you're welcome. Now, I also want to, okay, hold on. Here. The next is, this is our promo right now. This is one of the lowest premium course that we have as part of our anniversary promo. So our freelancing course, this is perfect for newbies, perfect for those people who are transitioning, and those people who would like to market their services. This is the main foundation of all in-depth courses. So it used to be 5,000, but since we are celebrating our anniversary, it's only 3,000 pesos up until July 15. Okay, social media in-depth course is only 2,000 up until July 15, and Facebook ad marketing for only 2,000. Now, here are the freebies that we'll be giving away for the freelancing course. For only 3,000 pesos, you'll get a free 7-day self-confidence program. So as I mentioned earlier, you also need to make sure that you are confident, you trust and believe in your capabilities. And that somehow, that is one way for you to sell your services. You believe in yourself, and you have a high self-esteem. That's why I included the self-confidence program, to make sure that you guys have personal relationship with yourself. Okay, so this self-confidence program is mainly focusing on self-mastery. So because once you know yourself, you can unfold your full potential. Okay, so this 7-day self-confidence program is exclusive for FBA students only. I don't give it to everyone else. Okay, aside from that, I also have a free ebook and a free work from home workshop, jumpstart training for July enrollees, because all July enrollees start date is September of September 1st, because we don't have any classes for August, since we'll be celebrating our anniversary. For this is our promo freelancing course. We also have social media in-depth course. Same thing, we have 7-day self-confidence program and free content calendar. By the way, this 7-day self-confidence program is not available in any FBA coaches. This is only available under South Luzon, because I am the one who created the self-confidence program. And then I also have a Facebook ad marketing course for 2,000 pesos that includes free ebook and a 7-day self-confidence program. So this self-confidence program is a 30-day program where we can develop a habit and then turn it into a lifestyle. So this self-confidence program includes a daily activities and a weekly live session. So we are making sure that you identify your strong points and your weak points, to make sure again that you know yourself and you understand your weaknesses. After that, acknowledging your weaknesses, taking actions and executing it, plus creating progress. So by the end of our 30-day self-confidence program, you're going to be a better version of yourself, personal transformation through this self-confidence program. All right. Now, here are just some of the students that I worked with in the past. So this is Erizel. She enrolled in the freelancing course. She actually got hired by the client. So aside from working as transaction coordinator, she was also got hired by the client as part-time social media marketing. So it's going to be a flexible schedule. Okay. Another one is Jason. So this is what she said. And then for those people who really have difficulties dealing with Upwork, I am actually providing them with feedback and evaluation for their profile. Because what you're going to be paying for the premium course is actually the portfolio assignments. And let me show you how our academy starts. Once you enrolled in any FBA courses, you will be given access to what we call coaching lounge. So you will have student login. So you have username and password, and you will only be given access, of course, to the one that you enrolled with. So let's say you're enrolled under the freelancing course. And of course, who will be your coach? It's me. So click my name. Okay. And then here, there are 4 weeks of lesson. So this freelancing course, it's an intensive training for a month and 1 year access to the course. So during week 1, you will need to go through 5 lessons. So each lesson consists of a video tutorial, a notes, and before the end of each lesson, we also have what we call portfolio. So as a learning company, we want to make sure that you guys learn from the courses. So you are required to submit what we call assignment, just like what we are doing during our elementary days and high school days. So as soon as you submit your assignments, we will give you feedback. Okay, but of course, we also uploaded some example to make sure that you are not you're still what is that? What do you call this? you can still follow the right example. Okay, so after that, CS2, okay, and then examples, and then assignments, and then after that, CS3, CS4 up until CS5. That's gonna be for week 1. So there are total of 15 lessons. Okay, so during the first 2 weeks, maximum of 6 weeks, most clients or most students are getting hired. Why? Because during the first week, we teach them how to brand their services. And during their CS5, they are actually required to create a 1-minute video introduction. Sorry, this is for CS2, branding setup. Here. Email signature. Okay, hold on. Here, 1-minute video introduction. Here are the list of the assignments. Introduction, skills, training, and closing. What makes you different? What can you offer? Now, I just want to show you some of my, what do you call this? Trainees for last batch. Here. They also consider their okay, okay, hold on. These are part of CS3. Here, I want to show you this. This is Azel, one of the batches from last month. So I asked her to create a 1-minute video introduction. And this is how she created one.
Hi, my name is Isa Latienza. I am 22 from Batangas City, Philippines, your virtual assistant. Let me assist you as you take your business into greater heights. I have been freelancing for 4 years now. I worked in the ESL industry for more than 3 years, where I catered students from different nationalities with varying levels of English skills. I also worked as a content writer for a year, where I catered clients based abroad. I did some content for marketing or advertising products or services on social media platforms and did some creative writing projects too. I had my virtual assistant training at Filipino Virtual Assistant Academy, and I believe the following skills that I have learned will greatly help your company: social media management and marketing, website creation, optimization, and management, online writing and marketing.
So I just want to at least have idea. But then let me show you Azel's website here. Because every freelancing course students, we ask them to create their own website. So just imagine yourself, even if you're a newbie, if you can create your own website, you think the client will think that you're a newbie? Of course not, because a newbie can't create a website, right? But inside the freelancing course, you will be learning how to market your services, whatever skills you have, whether it's BPO, accounting, HR, technical, ESL, GVA, executive assistants. It's always best if you know how to market your services. Okay. And what you're actually paying for is the coaching. Okay. Because every week, aside from the live coaching, we will also give you feedback. Just like this. ACEL sent me this, and then I give them a reply. So every assignment that you will send me, I'll give you feedback. This is to make sure that you guys are literally guided, and we want to hear your stories because that's what we are really after. We want to make sure that you guys land your first client or get your second, third, or even fifth client with our coaching guidance. So that's how we do it. Okay. Now, where am I? I would, here. I think I was lost here. So going back, I think we're discussing the, here. So that's inside the coaching lounge. Now, the intense training is good for 1 month, and then the access is good for 1 year. So this is all about virtual assistant setup, week 1, social media management and marketing, simple web designing, basic SEO, and then of course, bonus lessons. So this is how our freelancing course works. And we want to make sure, like what I've said earlier, that before the, what do you call this? Before the end of each lesson, you are somehow getting clients already for either your accounting firm or through your virtual assistant services. Hold on. Now let's go and this is how I met Norlita. She actually had difficulties working for her Upwork profile. As we know, Upwork is not that friendly for newbies. They want someone with experience. But with the guidance of the coach, we are giving out suggestive branding, making sure that you guys follow the techniques for Upwork approval so that you can guys start working with that platform. Okay. And here's another one from Zoraida. Okay, the good thing about the coaching lounge as well, aside from that, we will also give you a course guide, like roadmap to success, everything that needs to be, you have a checklist, okay? Week 1, week 2, week 3, up until continued growth. We have our freelancing expertise. We also have all the FAQs. We have the links that you want to, that you will use for tools in the future. So everything that you need here is all clickable. Okay. We also set examples and tips. Okay. Now, I mentioned earlier about training to hiring program in partnership with Pinoy VA Finder. I just got off from our client and we will be starting out with 20 virtual assistants and inside sales agents in the next 3 weeks. So that's why I'm continuously training new people and new students to give way to these opportunities. So I hope that you guys get ready by the time that we start our operations, so that I always prioritize my students and my trainees for these opportunities. Okay. So this is one of the posts that I created for my YouTube channel. This is what we call inside sales agent, those people who are into real estate, cold calling, appointment settings, virtual assistants, and all. This is 100% work from home, so you'll get paid day one of training onwards, and then you'll get raised on the third month onwards. So aside from the basic pay, you will also get incentives and commissions from the real estate companies. Okay. So as mentioned earlier, there are no classes for August to give way for our 5th anniversary. So all enrollees will be for September. But what I did, I created a jumpstart training for all students that will be enrolling for July. It's going to be July 24th, so Saturday. This is just to make sure that you guys don't need to work for, you don't need to wait for September. You can immediately start with your training. I'll give you everything that you will need, how to use the coaching lounge. You can start working on your portfolios and give you feedback so that you can also get your certificates early. Okay, so this is what we call jumpstart training. So all attendees or all enrollees for July are free to attend this jumpstart training. Okay. So remember, before I let you go, everyone, you are the master of your own life and you are responsible to choose what you choose to do with it. So this is going to be the last slide. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. And I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something from tonight's session. Any questions? Questions? Yes, Therese.
Coach, regarding po dun sa Jumpstart training, I've enrolled already na po. How can I receive po the details on the Jumpstart?
Oh, it will be sent to you one day before the event, the Zoom link. It's going to be a closed Zoom link, just like this.
Okay, thank you po.
Okay. Also, before we go for our question and answer, I would also ask you guys to please open the chat. I'll be sending you a link. And please fill it out. This is part of my training evaluation as a coach for South Luzon. So if you guys can answer that survey for me, I would truly appreciate it. I hope you guys learned something from the 250 pesos. I made sure that this is something valuable. This is just a part of my giving back to the community, because I know that there are lots of people who would love to learn about virtual assistants, but I'm actually tired of giving them free, because most of the free webinars, they're always taken for granted. That's why I charge at least a minimum of 250. At least you guys have effort on your end, and then I'm gonna be providing you with, of course, a valuable training and activity, just like what we did. So did you guys learn and enjoy?
Yes, coach.
Okay. Please fill out our survey form, and can you guys do it right now while you still have me? And then what's going to be the next question? Who would like to ask the next question? Any other questions? Come on, don't be shy. Yes, Madel.
Until when do you accept enrollees for July, coach, or for me to be included in the Jumpstart training?
Actually, the early bird promo will end in 2 days. We have a cut-off kasi July 15. And then July 16 onward, it's gonna be 3,500 na.
Okay, coach.
So if you
Thank
guys
you.
want to at least save a bit, then go for the early bird promo. Okay. Any other questions?
Hello, Coach. Tanong ko lang, sorry po ulit kasi ako kanina. Ano po ba yung topic natin? Kasi andun, may question kasi dun kung free mentoring po ba dun sa survey?
As a survey, it's about, sorry, you can put others. Kasi it's about, working from home.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Madel, you're raising your hand. Okay. So what about the others? Mary Jean, do you have questions? Yes, go ahead, Sharif.
I can fill up the form. I'm using iPad.
Oh, what's the error?
I can select the button.
That's weird.
Yes po.
Why is that?
I'm using iPad po.
It's not accepting the, call this.
I can type po. I can type.
Sige, can you try it again? Okay, what about the others? Yes, Mary Jean? All good? Okay. What about you, Mary Rose and Abigail? No more? Lauren, how about you?
No more po. Thank you.
You did great earlier. Yes, Madel.
Coach, I also have another question. If we opt to enroll on the what do you call it, on the FBA course, do we have the option to choose you as the coach as well, or are we gonna have?
Actually, I have a separate payment method. So I would suggest you send me an email because I have a separate mode of payment for the courses. You can also log into my website and enroll from there. That's www.kathydim-cabradilla.com. Okay. So,
Coach, sorry, I have a question. Yeah, since I am a beginner of this, and I'm looking forward for being an Amazon VA. So, what's your suggestion? Is this the best idea to enroll with for the freelancing, or should I need to go directly to Amazon VA?
Amazon kasi you will be learning the technicalities na. So to start with, you may want to go to freelancing course first just for you to establish your brand as a freelancer. Then use your accounting experience muna temporarily while you are on the process of learning Amazon skills. And then from there, you will learn how to make some modifications on your website, on your social media sites, and your overall branding. And then you'll also learn how to get clients from the freelancing course. Tapos saka ka mag-Amazon.
Pero yung sa freelancing course po is compact na siya. Compact details na. Andun na lahat. Like, yung sa branding mo, yung ganun po. Doon na matututo.
Oh, yes. You actually looked at this part. Virtual assistant setup, you will learn basics, branding setup, application, payment setup, GBA. And week 2, you'll learn about social media management, creating contents, account creation, optimization, organic marketing. Week 3, you'll learn about simple web design, online writing, SEO. And then you also have bonus lessons. So it's all jam-packed startup kit for everyone. Okay, so I guess everyone is good with our form. Any other questions? Thank you so much, Madel. Thank you, Mary Rose. Thank you, Abigail. Thank you, Jameline, Mary. Any more?
Hi,
Okay.
Coach.
Oh, before we
Coach,
go, let's
habol.
take some pictures.
Habol. Di po umabol. Coach, meron po kayong for Reba? Yung about sa Reba course?
You mean real estate VA?
Yes, yes.
Yes, we do.
Under
But
your under your coach.
No, it's gonna be under Coach J. Real estate Reva is for US clients, not Philippine based. So it's gonna be appointment setting and real estate virtual assistants handling US clients. But again, everyone is recommended to start with the freelancing course pa din. Kasi it's the main foundation of all in-depth courses. Okay, so let's take a very quick picture. Open your cameras and give your best smile. Okay, ready? You guys ready? Okay, 1. What about Abigail? 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay, grabbing it right now. Okay, now we still don't have Abigail, but one more picture. This time we'll do a wacky shot. Wacky shot. Wacky, not scary. Okay, wacky. Ready? Wacky shot in 3. Hold on. Ready? Wacky shot in 3, 2, 1. Smile. Okay. Okay, got it. Okay, so anything else before we go? I'll see you again on July 26th for our Jumpstart training for all enrollees. Did you guys learn from today's session?
Yes, po.
Yes po.
Okay, so I will see you July 26th for the Jumpstart training, okay? Thank you so much again for your time, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Good night.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, Coach. Bye.
Bye.